So to simplify 4 square root of 32, first of all, 4 is the coefficient, the number in front of the radical. And we're looking at a square root, so that has an understood index of 2. So my first step is that I factor whatever the radicand is. So I'm going to factor 32. And again, you look at 32, it's an even number, so I can divide it by 2 to start, and that gives us 16 left over. 16 is also an even number, so I can divide that by 2. And again, I bring down the 2 to follow. Then I look at the leftover of 8. 8 is even, so I can factor that as 2 times 4. And again, I bring down the 2, bring down the other 2. And then because 4 is even, I want to factor that as 2 and 2. So again, every even number we can divide by 2. All right, so we get down to our prime factorization, and then our next step is that we are going to group these numbers. Now, again, remember we were dealing with a square root, so that means we have an understood index of 2. We don't see the 2, but it's understood that it's 2. So we are going to group these numbers in 2s. So every pairing of 2, we're going to circle. So here I have 2 2s, so that is one copy. And when we group those numbers, that is going to appear outside of the radical. So here what will happen, we have our 4, that's going to bring straight down. Then our square root of 32 is going to have one copy outside from the 2 2s that are grouped together here. Then we have another group of 2 2s grouped together. So that is also going to be another copy outside of the radical. So we will write times 2 outside of our radical. Now, when we look at what is left over, the ungrouped numbers, these leftover numbers are ungrouped, those are going to appear as is inside of the radical. So inside of our radical, we will have a square root of 2. Now, because you have 4 times 2 and then times another 2, you have to multiply all of these together. So we would take 4 times 2, that would give us 8, times another 2, and that will give us 16. So the 16 is coming from multiplying all of the 4, 2, and 2 together. And then we'll still have our square root of 2.